Niamuta banazimut dunada tagine gauna nyokalo
badiwlu fo lafta bunkendo la lafta sabati la dame men dabe sono yari walla itenata holiday la lafta sabati dula kendo la memo gesa sodi sayin ela jahalo banda samba tako plaza nyine mduladi ise kontilino dame ye gesa so soto me alanko adama kolea ye bungul soto jemi alanko 3 bedroom wol bije 2 bedroom wol fanambe bulu jela nyim bunko
ala baraka baki yatal men ka Eco TV International jibe afle mutanan ko deke bi kana program do di alla mi alanko fang walem di debate mi alanko ka di ale talata bi akamunda fele mutanan ko deke kana program do di alla mi alanko wala ka program di alla wala mal badi madi Ibrahima Jara anu men alanko fang wala ben fe studio kono wala honorable Alhagie Jawara mi alanko atelemu lowa badi bo constituency la député wote sitting national assembly member madi député o andabe party men to wala National People's Party afela aben fe studio kono jande mi yalanko fa wala honorable Habib Ceesay atlem New Josu and Wathla Counciloti betatam sitting counciloti mi yalanko abe dame wala kanifing municipal councilti atafanam be duntam fe studio kono jana programme woni men yalanko wolle bulo dunga koto wala samba tako plaza di ñun mu ñonta ngolleti ni nata nan ka bon kendo di molla banko ni kam bongo mi yalanko akekuta andum fanan abetiata bake natre la fana la Gambia le sabati dinkra ko wala sula ta samba tako plaza ñun lam ñonta ngoti banko ni nga pour ka dinkra di molla mi yalanko akendeta bake kanda luntangol bismillah programme ni do honorable Alhagie Jawara abaraka bake inara programme to nyame on Eco TV International abaraka bake.
Thank you so much, Ibrahima Jara. Be tentulam be jayla bake the invitation on na kan commandina Eco TV International. Be la may dal fana be tentulam be jayla be honorable Habib Ceesay fana kontuna ba tentula ala nala.
Abaraka bake honorable Jawara Habib abaraka bake inara Eco TV International nyame programme to di debate.
Yeah, abaraka bake Jara be kontona be Eco TV International kontona ni la management be be ne bali bun kan dinga kontona men keta honorable Alhagie Jawara be la muy dal fana be kontona
abaraka bake honorable Jawara ka commencé ni itala presidential election wala tambita nun ko man to dame yalon ko president Adama Barrow ay kali ñi araba tambila mo jamal bije ko mol man sia inauguration lat and way même firi wala gambe dingol man carte of president Barrow wala na mam moje inauguration lat inauguration woni itala crossing lo munata na mol man finde
abaraka bake Ibrahima la ñen karo kumata bake India tanya fanang because kanaka pendi Gambia no mambe keri is very important.
Okay.
Nye mai tandi wala munyenti ko President Barrow hansala administration of mol be jele men mal lafal. Mo be bugala fino mola. Mo be buke kono bar mo fana be bugala fino la. This is a national event. It's not a political event. President Barrow a political event ke janne. Bile NPP launch la. Start of father to the capacity. For more be manduno. More be nya and the more NATO demonstrate at the ballot box a cut off fire. But this one, they hijack it from the politicians. Eco is a government issue, and we left it to the government. And obviously, we have seen what has happened. Later on, when I found out that the government will be the politician or the police name of Kamal Funtin. So government officers will they cannot go to this companies and other stuff.
Okay.
So this is what led to this.
So akamunda iwa suggest kan ne ko do ko woni ndi men na pour organizing ke sabotage like.
Yes, sabotage like. That's the fact. You sabotage like, but for me, partially I will blame the NPP executive.
Okay.
The NPP la executive la blame la because imanya na kasong ko be bulala government bul. Because government is different from a political party.
Okay.
And a political party is different from government. But bring to yake, bring NPP la executive for the launching came banko bela je dunia bela jano position parti el mediano estudiante na carta wala kiyo fara
akamanda model bije wal ko previous 2017 inauguration o mi yalon ko wala keda e ko mo fennete mi yalon ko womo kilimol wala man sakunda do kula kilimol wala yake and more turn out in their numbers dol bije de agio e ko president Barrow ame Gambia marokane without ila mandir because more man son ka fenti natra nun ko fang poli organize bar Gambia dingol laftale be fenti la normal.
No 2017 I'm part of that organizing committee. Momo for is a false information. 2017 inauguration of Menketa. Mansakunda moke.
Okay.
The coalition parties were inauguration on it. That is why it was successful. Nina to the launching of the NPP is the NPP executive wale okay.
Okay.
So this one is government. Ibrahim, there are people in this government who don't want this government to go.
Okay,
their expectation is ko Barota Kanyela. But when the masses find it and Kaitan in the ballot box, we need Baro. We don't need anybody. So even there are still some in the system, many everybody don't want, but we will use an electronic broom. Don't worry.
Habib, akamunda President Barrow ala inauguration o mi yalanko ika gagné Dakar de kese wuli kemenani anim feng amam finti ala kalendir dulata dame yalanko mo jamal bije imam finti honorable Jawara ako molla finti baliya mu mendi wala organize men be ngoni organize sabotage lake mune mu ila miroti wakaro nyina munanda mol man finti tafi
iya ni ajibe fakta jomala bije ni aje mol man finti
okay
because ni president Barrow la carte o be la nyukam ani opposition la carte o be opposition la carte o sia
no president wal tasiat president wal 53
sorry make KMC la jang
okay
I'm referring to KMC you can understand KMC ni ajibe president Barrow carte ki so make
no, but this is debate. Habib, we are not talking about KMC.
No, but just go ahead.
Okay, all right.
So objection, we are talking about Gambia. We are not talking about
the Gambia
KMC.
at large. You go ahead.
Okay, no problem. But ni ajibe because president mo yalon ko 200,000 ay oppositional da wala member no ma yoda wala but o ma reflect inauguration dula
okay
and ni ko fana iko ye mistake wala ke pour government ya come on mo be yalon ne ko particular executive any inauguration
okay
come on though it's a state event because president he is the chief executive of our country
okay
you know what so ni won nyata ka kalindi wo mo be la fengol affaire
okay
from the party level the government structure level mo be la nyata ke prepare because for the first time now as far as I'm concerned this is the first time now the president wala kalim biro man ke public holiday
okay
because the fond so mandale fond na lon ko wolu man ke public holiday so many logistic arrangement it was poor.
Okay.
I didn't find the organization was poor.
Okay.
Because President Fonia debate time when I calendar. At the afternoon time I calendar.
Okay.
And the head of sterile minialo could be nata within the sub region. Come on, ni nata go estado form on farm was something is wrong.
So what went wrong? Is it many being organized? Well, like president sabotage, well, president when you can member farmer come and ganye well.
No, they my belief. Well, go president because the living inside the
okay.
Okay, 2016, the margin was only 19,000. Oh, among for the 19,000.
18,000.
Among for the 20,000. You can understand?
Okay.
But Satu be nitara dollar if I'm calling the coup, he's getting.
Okay.
But this margin 200,000 and still now nitara community do.
Okay.
If you can feel kofang, you 200,000 no, I don't know wala.
Okay.
You know, so kira mul concern the budget. So tolbe wul sa jene gameja. But understand, Majiko, Dulame Yalongo, even the community, the margin of 6,000. But understand, Muka Jino, come on, Aramaboro, we can imagine all that. KMC Jan, I don't more than 31,000, I UDP Dawala.
Okay.
But to bring inauguration on Nata, Oma reflect.
Oh, okay.
I can't take so, the mention, what the Madama KMC Jan. We'll see a start of Fanino for Monte a start of. So muna normal reflect to inauguration.
Honorable, is suggesting ko amanke in fact it is not a sabotage. Allah mold me alam ko ale ganye menke wala ma reflect in the stadium.
No, that's what I'm coming. Nia Yonko is sabotage. Because one, I will give you two factors. One, atayasho gets like wanyanda public holidays.
Okay.
Even myself, that's what I said. Ko for being public holiday. And there's somebody at the parliament named member Kachara no akwanya bangama sa public holiday and probably tomorrow will be public holiday. But Brima and I was shocked.
But if I'm the president, it is the responsibility of the president to declare a public holiday.
If I'm the president, a president is there. But you have people who are responsible for the affairs, the day-to-day running of the state.
Okay.
Helping the president. That's the Secretary General. I will question the Secretary General. What's happened? The Secretary General is there. These people are there as a technocrat to help the president. He should inform the president, we should declare tomorrow as a public holiday because this is it's two events. It's a state event and it's a political event. You understand? But they don't do that. What's happened? Everybody is asking himself a question mark. Why? Munana public holiday. And again, in Atamunafanake, just to sabotage the system, they give invitation cards. There are people who don't have invitation cards. Gambians don't want embarrassment.
But do you think...
Gambians don't want embarrassment.
Can I ask you...
But
do you think Secretary General and many alonko wale be organized? These are people me alonko they were called pour ye nyim be organized. Yim wol men ko man pour na be organized. Yam wol be la be sabotage.
But we all have a mandate in governance system. What is the role of a Secretary General?
Okay.
He's the head of the civil service. You understand? He should give that advice to the president. Declare tomorrow as a public holiday. But did they do that?
But are you suggesting even when I ask
those who come with this notion of like giving invitations, they have an agenda and their agenda is succeeded. Why giving invitation for people to enter at the stadium? Why? You can give the categories of invitation, but entry should be free. Ibrahim, this is the fact. Categories of invitation because we are inviting dignitaries, head of states. Invitation have to be categorized. If you don't have this kind of invitation, but entry should be free. When the estate is full to capacity, then the securities can stop. But that is why if I'm borrow, I will use the Ajambe style. I will use the electronic broom.
But do you think that will make sense? Sacking people because integration or am unsuccessful?
No, listen. Politics. If you know what is politics, I'm a political science student. If you know what is politics, you know all these Arabs, do you know why they stay in power for 30 years, 35 years? Because they have their inner circles. If you go to the West, your inner circle you understand? Democracy is hypocritical. Go to UK, it's monarchical system. What is there? One family is ruling from Queen and his family. They just have a branch called an executive running the affairs of the state based on their will. That's it. You understand? So any more to cook, any more malafila.
But are you trying to question? Are you saying a question in favor of Secretary General loyalty to Adama Barrow? By the Ajibe Secretary General, multi along covering Abatom Bonka experience or Edo Konole Ameta Conan. Favor loyalty to Adama Barrow.
Let me tell you one quality about Adama. I have a lot of interaction with him, and I respect him for a reason. You understand? Adama will not see whether you are in for him or not. Adama he don't care about that. All what he cares for the competency to be at the position. And one thing I like about him, this is the tool to rule this country. He will tell you to give him the evidence. That's one quality about him. But when people give it can abuse le. Every time we abuse things, right and privileges can abuse le. You know, no problem.
Habib, isonda alaka Jawara la kuma kamala la ko president mo multi ala nyanta ka electron brim na trat le mo tabe wala kala abi nyanta ka mol fonyo dila do ko because for inauguration man ta ko ke.
No, I agree well because president for because to bring a election win. I'll statement name for I'll have the reconciliation all okay. So I don't think someone who is left the reconciliation or new marry electoral broom use come on. Munat naka electoral broom use because of imala agenda support wala imala support. Comme non si faje an sa obekiri.
Okay.
Because nemo jele yebundi la place auto meni yalonko to le feel ko wol mantra president support wala wol be fengo support. Am me ko just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
E kan so but member je inauguration to be honest because Adama is the political head of this country. Okay, they elect you through your party level. Okay. Though atale incumbent. But you are elected at la party you to So I don't think politician on many form by MPP kono. Wol munati na ye inauguration of bullet central government bull. Central government Jumala be even ye organized kan. It was come on. And the president of has a political head. Agenda Kaluneko, this day, as the CEO of this country, this day should be a public holiday.
Ila party modol bije men diamata iko president baro amu multi mi yalan ko amang gagné na gagné tan na tra ngo itel UDP itel lom den stadium be falal fashion wala
2016 Mr. coalition member for men yalan ko they don't even have an invitation wala men yalan ko bon prison kemi sen gembe among invitation so ton on that day deputy speaker among invitation so ton for after for itol fo mo be jele fo mol fo tara fay kam fata wala ko
okay
e ka wala san mol be je yira stadium ko no dol be je kabri 8 o'clock ay sorry kabri 9 o'clock e be stadium ko no fa ñu sumanda you know so
but that's not the UDP that's coalition government
how can we for but
you categorize
just allow him to land then you come in
because what about nang mile tule de naje ko effort menke pour change happen
okay
but what form of invitation also because ndol fon kamini garan no bureau to invitation no menu tala ndol fon we are all upset because the guy ko UDP has the biggest party the invitation no men for also
okay
it's very small it's very minimal
okay
compared to other parties many yalon ko even under family from wala fengori they have equal invitation with those party
okay
ekana bo bembe je ni wino akere wino me yalon ko de personnel ay jakal bar na no gambien jama fana be je me yalon ko ay jakal because niya jibe
aman sene wino man sene
no wino man sene honestly wino even niya jibe yalong there are certain information me yalong even international observer ni ñata jam there are certain technicalities bu ka lo
okay
maybe last day of campaign ita from particular fenkolto particular mitindula xam nga at the election day from one police station to another so they will not know certain things but ndol be yalong ne ko malpractice katale big time because of ni ñata community ko no jibe community for me yalongo I can tell you a place like a community me yalongo on me from just recently the model of my post on Facebook community me yalongo 7 compound level
okay
in the community they have 110 vote I sorry 1110 vote wala bo sot la ñaari even Kerawan dafa ngoda da men Kerawan surrounding sato dol me yalongo Kerawan la siara wol di nya sama fa si ñaan but wala vote le fon siara ji
okay
you know so I don't know
okay let's go back to Jawara no but let me come I sign natra nunko akamunda UDP la suggestion wa tele mem fo kabirin inauguration on yinkera iko president Barrow ma win natra nunko ital UDP lam deno stadium oni iba fandilal ebe mene follow
Ibrahim, let me tell you stadium la fana fabala is not important what is important is the will of the Gambians let me tell you this you will come here for these are unfound stories. Can Habib tell me what that community for? Me along Kaila among honey Koda Ludosi 1,700. They have to come with their facts. You know, even law, I can find a committee of facts and we will take the facts. You understand? We lawyer call for it. We call for an interpretation of the law when there is an ambiguity. But you will come here first, they are just stories. I come in for Kerawan. I'm the sitting member for Lower Body. There is no village in Lower Body but men vote Shata Kerawan. Let him give me a village in Lower Body ko nyina vote Shata Kerawan. So but this is why they fail because they don't want to tell the reality to the Gambian people. I'm telling you the fact. Ibrahim, don't you cut off for one Haji Sota Stadium or the Let me tell you this. Well, we see in the crossing and this is what fake UDP. You collect people from Basse, you collect people from Sierra, you collect people from North Bank, LRR. You don't sort of die far, Tim. You give your speech, you go for yes, I own Gambia. Whereas Barobita everywhere, I come one letter, but he don't transport people. Funny, you service man on and some youths.
Okay.
You understand? But this is the reason why UDP failed. Let me tell you this. Because the fact is, I can know for them, until I bank Lower Body. Sate clean teje ba fra sato beno ka beni border region wala vote sata Kerawat. No. Aka sato men kona vote among Koda Lulsi and they have 1,000 something votes. Let them come out with their facts because sate Karen we go there and do our
UDP ko e facts soro la ya sedul soro la barkiti mo na me la moytel la anda be bolla. Ebe mana fala wor.
Ebe mon soro.
E ko e sedul soro la an kiti mo na me la moyla.
UDP how many lawyers do they have?
Okay.
It's many. It's more than 5 lawyers in their party. More than 5 lawyers. And I believe it will be a competent lawyers. When you found their incompetency exposed. But I believe they are competent lawyers. So new will call a call for. Do you think that they are kidding themselves or they are kidding their supporters? This is the fact in Ghana.
Moja malbije iko terrental akete terrenalti andu nana me yilla ko UDP be fola in lower bodibo. Mi alon ko fa wo mujala tundo kanede. Mona na UDP boyta no bade boyta fe.
Very good. Yeah, let me tell you one thing. Politics monkey go why you are just making noise. No. There are people who want to listen to something which is very tangible, very effective and efficient. You understand? But the way of politics it will come in Badibu. Badibu is purely matured in politics than the type of politics it will come in.
UDP come in politics if Badibu?
Crowd politics.
That's what but according to all political parties, including your party, NPP, Adel Baker Mall Transport.
No, let me tell you, crowd politics, that's what they are doing. More than even Bobazon Fandil. We have seen new political parties, you go Bobazon Fandil. For many better. So politics is about maturity, it's about understanding, it's about ideas. The maximum basis of politics is ideas, ideology. So you have to sell your ideology to people in a language, in a way that they will listen and understand. This is how you want to go.
But I think UDP have been doing that. La 5-point agenda about African
UDP don't do it more. Okay, Brahma. Let me tell you the failures of UDP. One, let me tell you, UDP, Brila party leader Arabasi, Akoyata London, Kelo in the Tilokon, Kenya Fed in the Tilokon, and you want to rule those people. Huh?
Okay.
You want to rule those people. Yamolo in the Tilokon, Yanya Fed the Tilokon. It's left to go marry no rule. Because they don't speak like boys. No matter what, the office of the president is the apex office. We have to give that due regard to them. It's not the person who is sitting in that seat, but it's the office that we should respect. You understand? Ako nime mate bunya, nime mpare UDP bunya, amanta UDP to level. Who is that person? So, yaran government for a massive shall be in many and they listen to words in the form of Kalamo in Nome. Kebaro and command the Canyon Fanya. Me I say UDP support Akonya Barim Botajet. Ukayamuna Akonya because of my lakon the leader when you come see Falfola. So you see all these things where more bondage and the secondly, UDP like a record for the Gamea along a bandit club oil to insult people's mother. I witness it. Near a number doing the J Kafal, Jabov and water. What is that? Is that part of politics? So they give that as a tactics to maintain people in their party. There are thousands of people in UDP who don't vote for UDP.
How do you know?
Because of their hostileness to the masses. That's the fact.
They are hostile.
They are very hostile.
Habib, do you agree with Honorable Jawara? Kwela party mo la fa fitino la wala mo fitinan tumala.
No fitdo nadara mo la sta ka fitno bonni jam o mo president Barrow.
Ay mo nake?
Because president several platform ala bitu la ka mo nek adum ka je personally ka mo atari ka mo nek. Jare ta mo journalist solti. Signaje law keta. Fan mo hono jamul fan mo Jawara National Assembly member asel da jenne platform mo kam. You know, bukan le party leader nek abe siring. They celebrate it. You can understand?
Okay.
Sinya jelem it will membal because maybe I have to go ndola party leader fi jenne ka fa ko ndiro mulia stop. But most of them don't be given even come on ani to la platform for NPP platform nana ba jibe ko online Facebook online mo la jibe ko mo banning. What's the other? But because at times more you cannot challenge people's opinion.
Okay.
You can understand? But Nendiro came on mo yalonko ajato ba photo bala mo kendo Nendiro in any form ambete. You can understand?
Okay.
And mo for ni ba kaje file I can't do so. So ndolbe ajele ko this campaign even alam minister coming alam boro elector Babali was the first guy attacked and he tried to bring sentiment. At the time, the government, but more condemn even human rights. The chairman, but I'm sure that mole diamu si anda kane pura yo diamu kane.
Okay.
You can understand? So kujamale bije me alonko, but mengina important ko koro. Wala ko right now. Ntol be alon ne banko ni election ni keta nyami.
Keta nyadi.
Ko is jamon. The election was rigged. Anu fana nyamere kata karto fay. Ka karto fay. Wala jena ko ay kata campaign wala jena ko ya kata karto fay.
Okay.
Ntol be alon ne. You can understand? So more the campaign killer I campaign ka everything because you really go ko di mol.
Fo por wala ka ko dolli.
Yes. Ntol be ay jena Ndolbe ay even one of their their coalition member atata I don't know atata ne suko no ba sisekunda ne pa bi rindole matara sukile because juso yalo sisekunda sere atata je pour ka ko di wala
jelo
kemon 10,000 ndolbe yo je e kama sa so but natara bankola interest ndolbe yalo natara development no ani continuity mol carte fay wolay or adam boro de carte fay la wol because fengo feng me ya lon ko mol sula tala jang abele la fat
okay
aji mo ko be ko yare nyam jara
let's go to honorable well ni ko ya fo janne ko UDP ko la hostile ni jo wala tina mol man carte fay Habib ba so jas kan ne ko ni na pour ka yuro wa na fi na ko woleta nyaaro mo manya ka carte wara mo manya carte fay president Adama Barrow.
But before we go into that, I have a question. That is, Habib about Imam Babali regarding the tribal sentiment. I just want to clarify that. You know, in politics, I don't want to go into two things, which is very dangerous because I read it. That is tribal sentiment and religious. These are two things, but in a nutshell, we have seen Babali is not a political leader. You understand that? He's not a political leader. But we have seen a registered political party, a deputy party leader stood and said, "Ko al-Katrafai Usain Daboe, al-Badi Walam Usaindi." We everybody see that video viral. So, as somebody who want to lead a nation, and you are the second to the first one in that particular party, it has to Tapok Masifaf. And you have a registered political party. Baba Ali don't have any registered political party.
But you have a political lineage.
No.
I am also to abalari menka kamen fasa political
legally, I'm coming to that. Even you yourself, you vote for somebody. But what I'm saying,
we're talking about Babali.
No, Mbola, we are talking about Babali. I'm giving a reference to you yourself. You are just like Babali. Babali don't have party, you don't have party. But somebody who registered his own political party, you understand? And you are number 2 in that party. You stood and said, "Oh, I'll cut off a career. What am I bad with it? Gambia Bacon." What is that? Is that not tribal sentiment? This tribal sentiment is also part of the issues that made to the losses of UDP.
Because them by force and the other people here, UDP call ko wali kumakangal for puruka mol silandila. What do you say to that?
Them by force?
Ani mo kotangal men bela party to ko wali mol sidol silandila wala normal level carte of fay.
Let me tell you this. Dembola nying iya mo nyame nga mo nyawal nyamol kafale. But I don't have I'm not privy to the video or the audio kalamoy. You understand? Mafa de. But the man preview ala kalamoy whether video 5 video malam bondi 5 audio malam ba malamoy. You understand? Until and unless I listen to it.
Because with due respect to you, but also I make Alhagie, hadn't been ko you are so keen ko even la frinkamo dembo e memfo about what is you would have just follow up and listen to it.
I do. Let me tell you, your friend, ask your friend, Sekumaro. He will tell you. Twice a message go call Lankai, do you have Dembo's audio or video? When your man for audio and for video, but I will find it and I'll give it to you. You understand? So which means it azuna come back and Alhagie. Yes, I just want to listen to the whole.
Okay, let's object another short commercial break. Echo TV International be wala jibe kan di debate mi yalla ko wala ka programme di yalla wala Ibrahima Jara na lun tangal men ben fe studio ko on hande Alhagie Jawara law badi bula député wan Habib Ceesay mi yalla ko o mo ñu Joshua Wasla council olte programme ni men yalla ko wolle bulo dunga ko drum wala samba taka plaza te ñun nam ñon tangal di nana ka bonkendo di molla banko ñin kan e felade sukuta Garden Johnson be da men traffic light o man jam fa nyola dami yalon ko fam bungo adinkram yalon ko ni be sabatri je nyabe sila bala dan je dinkran yin ke kuda fengo fe bungo sulata bela abebi je num fam amanjeri findi banda mini maketo be nyen la nyin to me yalon ko fam kamunda jeto fengol be kabo dame wala america bankori kodi falindu labe jata jarle finte banda kata ko do falin ibo be falina atanyen lañindo eta la ban sanne bang mi yalon ko fam lad la ko le be konje ta sambata ko jassas min bale ban sang ni fudara je lad la ko ni lad la betiata ake kuta fana bari fana jio buka manki je andu je la kuta bake sambata ko plaza wala min tawde ka bunkendo di molla banko nyika okay ngata sot commercial break la nim mutana ngatentem programme nyina di debate mi yalan ko wolbe programme di kan la wala Ibrahima Jara membe fe studio ko wala honorable Alhagie Jawara anim fanan Habib Ceesay mi yalan ko honorable Jawara atalem lowo badi bo constituency la député Habib Ceesay wala mu ñu Joshua Worth la councilo ñin
ni amuta banazimut dunada tagine gamba nyokalo
baadiŋolu fo i lafita bunkendol la i lafita sabati la daame meŋ daa be soonoyaariŋ walla ite naata holiday la i lafita sabati dula kendoo la meŋ mu gesaaso ti saayiŋ i la jahalo banta samba takko plaza ñinem dulaati i se kuntilinoo daameŋ ye gesaaso soto me ye a loŋ ko a daamaŋ koleya ye buŋolu soto jee me ye a loŋ ko 3 bedroomol bi jee 2 bedroomol fanaŋ be bulu jee la ñiŋ buŋ kono i sulata fee feŋ na i baa soto la jee la air conditionol bi jee le microwavefol be buŋ kono i la jonkoŋol be seneyaariŋ a be jankuriŋ jio fanaŋ 24 hours a buka kuntu niŋ yaatata fanaŋ i lafita internet o use la amanjara ye credit ko sang wireless o bi jele 24 hours bari ñil mandan wala de ni ata i lafita kodo kila wala ka kodo receive wal fanan bi jele memo money transfer ti isa be keno ata iman finti banda e be dame wala sukuta garden johnson bari mandan woto illa dula be bansam fanan ñim facility kilimul isol fanan sorono o dulata je ada be sonari ata ite bata ko sur la je ni lafita kuma ko sur la e kumandi 230 3841 wala 393 3102 wala handsign 9288244 wala 7292686 Samba Takko Plaza ñillem dulati mi alon ko alse bungul sotono dadi ma
kabiri mbore na wosot commercial break nyina drum sitentem programme nyina na luntangol nyen biya jame abenu nyenne sanyi mu wonim fula anana man kayate ke cabinet londi mo in fact some commentators suggested ko niaje president wo nyin kayate ke cabinet londi wala abela free parliamentary election abe wala batuka nay modol bay say wala kam fala ebe mun fala
listen to me Ibrahim hanin president wo ko ninta mati that's a wonderful decision
why
good I gave you an example ko the president have two things that is power and authority. The authority belongs to the president, having the legitimate right to do something. And the power belongs to the legislature. That's where the president derives his power from. You understand? So these are something, you can have the legitimate right to do something, but if you don't have the power to do it, would you do it? No. Isn't it you sort of a cook? But say, but Fanko Mamfo,
can I ask you, Fanko Mamfo, ni ajibe Banko Maral Kitabo, me Semboni president, prior la cabinet dissolve is in place. And what, let me just tell you this.
Allow me to learn. I will give you a sample in 2017, when we came to the parliament. You understand? He has the right to do it, but prior this was that was said to us in 2017. So that is why I'm giving you these two scenarios. He have two things, that is the authority and power. The authority, he have the legitimate right to do it, but did he have the power, the ability to do that? It's the parliament that can help him.
So, are you suggesting, we have to put the country at a standstill? Banko Londi follow. President Barrow, I majority sort at the parliament.
No. Banko mantra stand still. Banko mantra stand still. You know what is stand still in governance? Banko mantra, because the judiciary is operating. All the ministries, all the agencies in this country are operating. The legislature is operating. You understand? And they putting the caretaker cabinet in place, they are coming to operate. Akabe sworn in that. The constitution gave him that mandate.
Members of your party, men be the party kono yela jikala teo yitan di president Barola tamandiri nyanyi mi alonga walta nyin caretaker cabinet ko iko nyin sanjilu lo men tambita nakarayani tapale ya wala bala man sakunda ko nyim mo kilingol nakane wala betentena nakarayani tapale ya wala betentena nyin sanjilu na la ko tek ebe mona fala wol
members jumala from the party
wala Finland chapter
yeah
NPP.
He has said what?
It's on the papers, honorable.
Well, it's a hearsay. Can he point at somebody at the in cabinet co carrying corruption in more allegations that come with facts to say, oh, I Minister A or B, you see, we have to be very careful as a nation. Allegation hearsay, we should do away with it. Ako corruption that is aggressive in Finland. Ako moy, wala ka futa maja ka memoy. You understand? So he should be sure of what you are saying. Not I think or maybe this and that. No, perhaps no.
Okay, Habib.
It has to be factual.
President Barola cabinet kono sanjilu lo mentambira. Awalantu mo man sekunda in general. Corruption be no jele famantara je ni sanjilu lo mentambira.
Yeah. Corruption mo be government kono. Mr. Jawara mo yalo nako wo kay is not a secret. Ade yalo ne. Audio findita jende men yalo ko permanent secretary top government official ni mo audio to. You know, female field the general many halonko during government naye director sol diamuta ila minister be malpractice sol menikita. You know, even lately me halonko before the election allegation men find me halonko most of the cabinet ministers they having properties around neighboring country. You can understand? Okay. But
you have to start.
Yeah, exactly.
Allegations.
No, allow him to.
Carry on.
Allegations should tell. But Gambia, munat ne intelligence soto. Kullo, munat ne kullo soto. Ne kullo soto. Tubabul munan niade continue to leje. Ita kullo finkuli because puri yeta to ya sabatini. Yena ya fo masa kunda kwa nyini kari de no fala ko. Ñin tuñaati je ñin mangi tuñaati je but ni mo bula in that for GMPC la sal kere ñaadi la Minister of Lands are involved in land issue je la ko na jam
okay
so to yale adama constitution system bo di yala mais yalla ko pura e interim cabinet set but instance le ñenta katarala
ni yeta ñenen ka in your honest opinion kayate ka cabinet londi mbenyin tembo men bangola interest lam bang for president barola interest lam
no president interest lam ala association because now no president Baro don't have that mind to interim cabinet londi more than you put into him. You understand? But Nia Jibe for Gambia right now is not an interim cabinet level. It must sula no kiri. President Baro, kabla be campaign wallahi na ko na abila mo la parliament election pour la cabinet lo mo jama ta lo fayla
yo la
jara ide wolone no ne ate fo yo because kemo mo da flo ko munati na cabinet lo ndila 45 days president ite before the election for you should prepare yourself ite ibe jumal appoint the minister ibe jumal appoint right now mo me alon ko anyata dogu kala Gambia ate president Baro yolon after the election 45 days fanang ame mirano as a head of this government comme kaliko ate be men kala minister ame mirano wala for say next 3 to 4 months then something is wrong mo be yaron
then something is wrong. Honorable Jawara ako president Baro la caretaker cabinet amanke banko la interest la president Baro fon la interest la mune la reaction to anda
president Baro la interest wala banko la interest Bangola interest, all President Barola interest. Let me give you a sample. Ibrahim, as you, as a head of your family, your family, the interest is your interest. Your interest is your family's interest. So President Barola is the head of the family of this nation. So no doubt, politicians will do their politics. They will criticize. Some will do it constructively. Some will not. I agree with that.
So do you agree with the president or decision on and putting a caretaker cabinet for until June in due course?
I concur with it 100%.
But what must have been the reason?
Exactly. He is waiting for until parliamentary election. Ibrahim, that's the fact. And if I am him, that's what I will do.
Because?
Deputy Bunkata President Baro Bulja Nyadile. That's a sample. Deputy Bunkata Bulja Nyadile. Hypocrisy won't come at Deputy Bunkaja. When state ministers are calling the MPs Kwalkana Shomina and the President Barola cabinet corner, it can call telephone or Alkana Shomina. It will be President Barrow cabinet call. President Barrow Malonko, in candidate call la Kafel Kana Sonina. Deputy Boom was a mess for us. You understand? Even voting system of reform people are counting each other. What will happen next? Because when benefit Munana Banco mess up on Amendo, President Barrow to appear.
Honorable, the Banco Katama, can I just comment? Banco Katama, we don't think there's at this point, when you are President will be embarking on any major project within 3 months. Member Sabula, he need the support of the parliament, protect caretaker cabinet. Let
me tell you one thing. The way you are thinking and the way the president is thinking is different.
Well, this is about governance. President Barrow case studied it. Me alone see what I put governance. I'm saying governance in governance.
You pose a question. Yes. You say within these 3 months, President Barrow want that major project. What do you me wrote?
Me adding more for. Nko manta major project me alone ka be suda la cabinet la back in member sabula be la mo la
parliament la back in.
Like what kind of project?
Huh?
Like what kind of project?
No, you want to know wait la miro la mode. Ko within these 3 months, President Barrow manda sura the parliament na kafoko abenye project wala ken.
Niaje ngi wofo the national development plan me yalon ko wala be from 2018 to and as far as I am concerned, there is no major development plan me yalon ko mansakunda wala draw me yalon ke be la parliament nyaaje. The next step president be mentala Gambian Jamal Beje imalo for the salon.
Ibrahim, let me give you this sample. I'm in government and I know how it operates. President Barrow needs a parliament every day in his life. Tell me why and how.
Okay.
None of us here, Moma Miro Sotoko, this COVID will come. Natural disaster can come at any time. Moma Duade, want to not Duade, but it can come anytime. Nanata. The only person that the president can lean to is parliament. 5 and 9, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, Almalen Tangama break. But if this happens, the first people that the president will approach is parliament.
And he appoint the parliament and parliament allow supplementary appropriation bill. Is that this excuse? Is it not simplistic?
And the way the president thinks is different. It's a project called those are tangible things that we can see and feel. But unforeseen circumstances can come. And when that happens, the only people constitutionally that can back the president is parliament.
Parliament, COVID-19, the minister himself at our parliament for supplementary appropriation. And there was no hindrance here and there. So what is that could be the only purpose. Members in the president of a caretaker cabinet. I would say that is not genuine.
Ibrahim, yala atol membe yal nyati le wala college.
Bara ketale no famanke.
Nombe men mem mantare nyati le wala bukoje. Nga sambul kilin na didade. Fancy fintina na for member ka covid. You understand? The country can go into chaos.
He has been in 5 years. 5 years abe maralola banko nyinkane. He rely on the same National Assembly. Munatina. No, let me just tell you. Munatina adoption now put in cabinet cabinet. I'm asking you.
You supposed to impose questions.
Of course
you are debating.
No. I'm asking you because
if you impose questions on me, you have to listen to me.
Okay, go ahead.
But if you impose question and on top of the question you are debating,
I'm putting another question to you because obviously you deviate in BBFK.
And it never deviate. No question on dinner. Allow me to adjust.
Okay, go ahead.
But if you give me a question on top of the question you are debating, what would I say?
I'm asking you a question. Okay, go ahead.
Exactly. But you go, President Barrow, Minister of the Parliament, supplementary below dinner. You understand?
No, I approve tele.
Then you start to go on. Then let me keep quiet.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is Barrow need parliament every day in his life for Janabe Jilalova, President Yar. You understand? Because anything in life, everything could be possible. Well, COVID Gila as a sample. You understand? And then Nimbodanian Parliament corner, the next legislature member, the 6th legislature, this moment the wall and let the Barrow have the lion's share so that we can work harmoniously. Because I will give you a sample. This parliament is very tough. It's just that Allah help us to have parliamentarians who are ready to be rebel against the rival of the states. I will say it.
So utterly rebel.
Yes, I will. No, when I say rebel, the word rebel, people don't understand.
It's just opposing something. Ka feng balankola
Good.
so ngole fe
rebel no nga fumani ka ko molla pas miro ka da wala nyinde ko ben ka kidota o ka puja wala no. That's not rebel. Rebel mo opposition. Niko opposition is rebel. They are rivals. One may say the political rivals. So nga jelen tol ne dibitol ka kaja dibite bunde men ka itani nako. They try to convince us ko al nga kete we so that we can be done with Barrow. And if I ask them why should we do that and done with Barrow? No, Barrow is disappointed. Disappoint us in what way? They will not say anything again.
Okay, ngakacha
we are not doing this for Barrow. You are doing this for the states.
Okay, ngakacha rapop nimba rapop la. Habib, ngala be kele sunu bade. Kiti bongo diamutale. Eko KMC ale kango me yalon ko ale wala samba kiti bongo do. E mo molti mi yalon ko ya foyle. VP mahoni ko ale ko makaw men samba kiti bongo a dismissle aya bayle. Andon fang sa kamoda KMC la inquiry nyi abelolal. Mona muy la reaction.
No, yellow, come on, inquiry in the law because law section 151 to lead me from code, minister me from code, Kafuka, inquiry law. That section is wrong. Remember, local government act balani minister men code and letter bala. Imam match. So, Justice Mahoney, come on, don't we have right? Come na appeal.
So even where Asko, you haven't even seen the judgment yet. You're thinking of appealing. So you think Kitio doesn't take in your favor.
Come on, no. Kitio is the pole soto. Before I am Joyo Faran aka Foxol soto Jenabe Kukela. Just last week lay in Samba. They have to review it. You can understand. So come on, Banco, until we believe there are 3 arms of government. All those arms should be independent. Come on, the elected officials are answerable to the people. They are not answerable to the president. They are answerable to their electorates. So justice, najele ko itolele mudme yalan ko inyanta ka luwa sabatindi ka tonya sabatindi. And believe that they should be independent. So ni wuli kuta me yalan ko ani section kemo ni section tout le monde balan bu commission kana lo tout le monde balan wala de
okay
but at a section may use because I don't know I section may for use to 151 amon section soto so anu ngate wole kala lete nyimbala
but Allah ka loyal argument on yindo I mean for walem akamunda stay of proceeding I expect emotion samba kiti bonda stay of proceeding pour ka londiro ke atany commission nyina comme ite ba foka nyame ko ya londi nyame ani loi nying fota nyokole même local government act bari akamunda kiti tela yo dismissal wala yo bayindi bay ay wo ka kalamero nyimbayde
ka kiti yo dismiss adin fo wole sabati amon killing these are two different things okay ni ani be loi même for Kabo section 151 kata fo president moy sembo so dam pour que le consul dison ay step wala soto e ka amasal ay même fo ning consul ye ale corruption la wala even the public comme e consul ça fait wara ministre ka fa etandiko consul be malpractice la ministre jante kam ke first step e fen ko men local government agreement ko wala ko ka consul pour introduce ka fo ko Anamo nyinde. Come Allah try, Ali, you have to be in line with the law. Ning council failed to do that. Ate fongo nyante ka general council command. Mayo ka si dam to general council. Mayo be jila wotole mayo ita si duma. Ate le be kela chairman of council on that day. Then they will pass the motion. They will pass a resolution. Then the resolution no, ibe wole safela then ya samba to secretary general pour ka fanya no council ni mal practice leke but all those processes it's not exhaust so muna jump ekata a commission established and the justice Mahoney is in line comme ka foko the minister is in line pour a commission established nto mo balan kisiro this is public office ibe muna mabola public office ibe muna mabola but from Bakel, I know.
But not running for public office lang. You making it so simple. Ko you know what? Ali bula doro ye ten tank penko kisis ronyina. Then ngal tita non kiti bongo. Alman satisfy fenela. Wala na gara non kiti bongo. So yen kalendile.
nga constitution o ani local government act wala be government I can understand so ni fengo fengo ya lon ko ani silo manta andum ne banko loi bu ko fane o nyento dinale pour ngata court but everything anyanda kata ni silo la in fact sa anata atata in the worst anata kan sule mal practice leke lon na foy ni loi ya dara nyamen ndol fo mal satisfy with local government act
okay
because I symbol be the chief executive officer la wala the CEO and the finance director mais bu ka tego sign mais bu ka fen sign mais so min ke non to la policy maker wala ko ka fo ko nani policy la pass na fo clark et ça fait a fo ko this is what they resolute ni if is it not in line it all nyanta kayit ko loi men fo nyanta kayit ni mo la ko this is not in the budget
okay
but mail from at times mail from ka million commanda ko mo le ko ñi lafta kala la but is not in line with the with the budget
okay
wala ka fo ko ñi mañ na kala even they have local government service commission mi halon ito le fo ni CEO men aduna problème ko na dem and finance director ntol kemon I'm the chairman of establishment appointment committee I wrote to them comme loi bu ko afra because iko section on ñu falene ka fo ko unify local government service commission because o time each area council kila local government service commission so mi halon ko ito le ka recruitment
okay
but they challenge ni ko itol kabriya amen itol le right sort of pour que fengu position advertise then we support them we give them even allowance or la series all council pay ya advertisement loge ya comme loi ya fo nyama ya shortlist ay application be sama nan council ya vet council ya shortlist ko ya lafta ni mo sabul wala ni mo nanul out of the lot pour yewal interview
so but say let's just stay on this issue stay of proceeding but me yalan ko wala be are you saying ko ngonka me are you saying ko saying thing by the ko stay of proceeding you dismiss alba appeal
of course no we will sit with our lawyer najibe muna nyanta kala but nalo ne ko ning neo ruling B but the ruling is not in line with is contradicting the section come amati ko section o me yalla ngoy sa ko different interpretation la be jël it's clear
ambiguity meant raje it's a clear section
come amati ko ka ko fasar bale be jël comme ça ko me yalla ko ni man ka lawyer yalla they are certain loi be even parliament level loi do be jël men ni yalla ko foy sita moya ya interpréter enough amaki ko itela meya understanding the matter but this section o mon kewo is a light section
okay akamunta KMC tara kiti bongoto la dame yalla ko stay of proceeding ne expert motion samba atanyin la ni to wala akamunta injunction without notice pour ka samba non kiti bongoto ka commission mi yalla ko wala loda ingenda ka londiri kala bari yalla ndi nyame ani man secondary wala loi bulu ko nyum foto nyoko bari kiti bongo e kaya dismiss la kabiri yin commission ni lo fo ko nyum foto atembo nyi do munu la miru te yin commission ni nakor.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ibrahim. I didn't back here, but unfortunately for me, I don't think I can go into details about issues that are before the court because I'm not standing order among allowal. But if you ask me...
No, but the case is already finished, so obviously standing order could be Raja.
It's not yet finished. Of course, you are dismissed. And I had my honorable friend saying, but they will appeal it.
Okay.
Whenever I appeal, we get worried. It doesn't appeal. But on a more serious note, local government it's very clear that the minister has the power to establish a commission to inquire issues at the council. I can remember whether the minister called the right section. I'm not sure of that. That is left to their level. But what I am sure of is there are procedures, there are processes that has to be taken in place to reach to that. But I am sure that EMM5, like if it is a public office and it is a public fund, you should not be scared of inquiry or accountability or transparency and sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, they should give room to the people to come out there and inquire. And that is to their own benefit.
Iko nying commission nying ni aje President Musa Dramé, Minister of Lands abenyi Londla. It's a witch hunt. By the role alafaka talible kasara pour kaje ko the parliamentary local government mansakunda deputy mansakunda en carte reform mbina e baje la kwasi woto tinya.
What is a foolish notion, because what I believe in is before the commission will set up, we all know what has pumped up at KMC. We have had their finance director at Yamatale, General Sultanaje interview, Kuma Kawan for the time for a press conference command. You understand? And they talk more beyond what there is malpractice that happens at KMC. So we should do away with this Gambian Kajan and Nafulo Betinyala, and already there are tangible evidences. Many items KMC corruption naketaje. I don't want to talk about the issue of corruption. You understand? But the reason why I'm baffled, tell the press conference commander regarding this corruption, which is my number one evidence. 2, Musuno India Motale. You understand? 3, you stop the prior to office at the Abudo Fanal General Solar interview. All these are evidence accumulatively to show that there is malpractice.
Okay, so honorable, one question. Everybody be Lola deputy card for your
Yes, Melola.
Will you win? Eba ganyela.
Very bad.
Model bije ko ni murundi lo badi buni Alhagie Jawara la ita ganyela.
Mbega nyo menkela. Nyene mesiala no lot. Nadi ana le sha.
Habib be jikiri na ko Alhagie Jawara be na badi bole.
Yeah, abi parliamentary no le ko do meni yalan ko ni admaya bakay. Amunga history ke parliament ko do meni yalan ko modern ma ke je kabin Gambia.
Come on, draft constitution o aya fay bantale. He aided and abetted honorable member Njai prior supplementary appropriation bill na fina.
Atis melo fana yalan Gambia kagal ko ni moy ay ku mena man correct. Amam min ko ay cool be ram al cool be ram tal.
So I can mala siara la jawmade.
We are proud of him. Local government, even though this section is not that bill is not in favor of our party. You can understand. I said I came on. He made a history, honestly, and he's very vocal. And now you fananko. Yara ini mula miro tiki no la killing. But miro dolbe je. Ak anna made favor. But I bet ata mo jamato.
Okay.
So we and you lua jamal fele lua meni yalon ko bi kemo mol so lua use no pour ka mol tel malia but they change all those laws. So maybe I don't know what other consequences more level.
Baraka bake la baraka bake atel menka Eco TV International jibe kamonta wato fele abanta ferem bariki tentu ke jaymi yalan ko wala honorable Alhagie Jawara memo lower body constituency la deputy ani Habib Ceesay mi yalan ko wala New Joshua wat la council to yenyum wato menta pour kana Eco TV International kamabe nyim programme kuma rengoto mi yalan ko wala debate nyindama wala si banko sama nyindama wala si na democracy nyen strength no ngam debate wala si nyo sabano ko la bar nimba kala ngake macholi wajala ko na banta tron si bulodi no nyola nga janjang and wala be mol compatible ni la bake banko nyin kan kalwa kilinde ka fale ko ali subscribe to our YouTube channel on Eco TV International le bulana Facebook page oni normal programme oni me yalan ko wolle bulodu ngakoto wala samba taka plaza de membe nyanka programme di ala wala Ibrahima Jara wonyama ala baraka bake
ni amuta banazimut dunada tagine gamba nyokano
baadiŋolu fo i lafita bunkendol la i lafita sabati la daame meŋ daa be soonoyaariŋ walla ite naata holiday la i lafita sabati dula kendoo la meŋ mu gesaasoo ti saayiŋ i la jaahaloo banta samba takko plaza ñinem dulaadi i see kuntilinoo daameŋ ye gesaasoo soto me ye a loŋ ko a daamaŋ koleya ye buŋolu soto jee me ye a loŋ ko 3 bedroomol bi jee 2 bedroomol fanaŋ bee bulu jee la ñiŋ buŋ kono i sulata feefeŋ na i baa soto la jee la air conditionol bi jee le microwavefol be buŋ kono i la jonkoŋol be seneyaariŋ a be jankuriŋ jio fanaŋ 24 hours a buka kuntu niŋ yaatata fanaŋ i lafita internet use la amanjara ye credit ko sang wireless obi jele 24 hours bari ñil mandam wala de ni ata ila fta kodo kila wala ka kodo receive wal fanam bi jele memo money transfer ti isa be keno ata imam finti banda e be dame wala sukuta garden johnson bari mandam woto illa dulabe bansam fana ñim facility kilimul isol fana sorono o dulata je ada be sonoari ata ite bata ko sotla je ni lafta kuma ko sotla e kumandi 230 3841 wala 393 3102 wala handsign 9288244 wala 7292686 Samba Takko Plaza ñillem